going on, guys? It's Mike. Welcome to today's video, and today we will be talking about the recently concluded FIBA World Championship, which was played in China. We all know Spain went home with the gold medal, and the US disappointed, finishing 7th, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We'll be talking about why exactly the US failed at this tournament, and we will talk about the US and their dominance in international football in the past. So guys, as we all know, if you follow basketball, if you know anything about basketball, you know basketball was invented by Dr. Naismith. He was a Canadian, but really, we all know basketball is an American sport, it's a United States sport. They have the most talent. It really just belongs to the United States. I don't think any country can genuinely and honestly challenge them at all. I really think if the US put a team together, I think that I think they'd sweep every other country, but we're not here to talk about that. Let's go right into US basketball and the history in international competitions. The US, as you'd expect, they are the most successful basketball team in all international competitions. They have medals in all 18 Olympic tournaments that they have entered, including 15 of those being gold medals. They have a total of 27 gold medals in the FIBA World Championship, the Olympic tournaments, and the AmeriCup competitions. They have 5 silver medals and 6 bronze in those competitions combined. The US they have pretty much dominated international basketball from the beginning of time, from the 50s, the 60s, 70s. They dominated decade by decade, year by year. I think it was from the late 70s that countries like Yugoslavia and the Soviet Union began to catch up to them, because they were not allowed to select NBA players for the US international team. It was not allowed by FIBA. It was later on in 1989 when FIBA modified its rules and regulations and actually allowed for the selection of NBA players to play for USA Basketball internationally. And the first of those type of teams went on to be known as the Dream Team, which consisted of the Michael Jordans, the Larry Birds, the Magic Johnsons of the world. Probably the greatest team ever assembled internationally. The team had, I think, 11 Hall of Famers. It was a Hall of Fame team, surely. It was a great team, and as you'd expect, the US pretty much dominated 90s international basketball, winning gold medals and winning silver medals everywhere. And it was until the 2002 FIBA World Cup when they actually started to see a fall in USA basketball, with star players withdrawing. We decided not to participate for USA basketball, and from 2002, where they finished 6th at the FIBA World Championship, at the 2004 Olympics, they won bronze, and bronze by USA basketball standard is pretty poor. The next 2 years after that, they also won bronze at the FIBA World Championship in 2006, which is really poor by US standards. And for that 4-year span, USA basketball was they pretty much had a down time. But obviously, USA basketball, they don't stay down for long. They rebounded in 2008, winning gold medals in all competitions from 2008 down to 2016, including world championships and Olympics and America competitions. They just dominated those years down to 2016, and that's where we find ourselves right here at 2019. 2019, I think it was a pretty bad year. I wouldn't say bad, it was a down year for USA basketball. If you follow the NBA, obviously you know the most valuable player was not American, it was Giannis, Greek or Nigerian. The most improved player, Pascal Siakam, from Cameroon. The rookie of the year, Luka Doncic, not American. I mean, America, the NBA champions themselves were not even from America. The Toronto Raptors. I mean, and then you just look at all this and you wonder if international basketball is actually catching up to the US. But anyway, guys, let's just get right into what we're here for today, and that is focusing on the 2019 FIBA World Cup in respect to USA basketball. Now, it was such a disappointing tournament by all measures for the US. First of all, it was their lowest ever finish at any major competition in their history. They finished 7th. That is absolutely embarrassing and poor for the US. They finished 7th, and you can point that out to some reasons, namely being all-star players and top-tier players, the superstars dropping out, deciding to withdraw and not participate in the FIBA championship. But it doesn't matter. The US lost. And if you look at the roster, I mean, the roster consisted of Derek White, Donovan Mitchell, Joe Harris, Marcus Smart, Harrison Barnes, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Mason Plumlee, Miles Turner, Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, and Kemba Walker. Now, if you follow NBA basketball, you know this team is nowhere close to the kind of team I think USA basketball can produce if they have all their players playing. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, they've got 2 All-Stars, obviously. I don't really see Chris Middleton as a perennial All-Star. I think he just had a great year, and he was an All-Star last season. Kemba Walker is really the sole All-Star on this team, and personally I think before the tournament I thought this team was actually good enough to win, because I mean they're going up against Iran and Greece. I mean, this team is pretty. If we're being honest, this team was more talented than any other team at the tournament, and that just tells you their failure at the tournament wasn't about talent. It was not about talent. They just lacked the experience. They lacked leadership. There was no clear captain on this team. Sometimes it was Donovan Mitchell, sometimes it was Middleton, sometimes it was Kemba Walker. I mean, the team, they just didn't play with the kind of chemistry the French team played with, and the Argentine team played with, and the Serbians. I mean, if you watch the tournament, you could see they were just a bunch of young talented players representing their country. Obviously wanted to do the country proud, but when it comes to international basketball, you need a lot more than talent. You need team chemistry, teamwork. You need to play together on defense and on offense as well, and you need to know each other and how to play with each other. And this is the first time these players are playing together for the US. So I mean, you can't look past that. I think that's the main reason why they failed. It was a terrible tournament for the US. It was a terrible tournament. They finished 7th. I mean, that is bad by any measure. And obviously you'd say, oh, if the LeBron James of the world, the Kevin Durant, the Kawhi Leonards of the world, if they played in the tournament, they would have won this, that. It doesn't matter. The US lost, no matter who played. for the team. They lost, and it was embarrassing to see the US finish 7th at the FIBA World Championship, knowing their history and knowing the reputation they have. But anyway, guys, I think that would be it for today's video. I really just wanted to talk on this because some people they just can't let go of the fact that they lost. I mean, you lost. It happens. It happens to the best. Obviously, you can blame it on James Harden not playing, Kawhi Leonard not playing, but it doesn't change anything. The US lost, and they had a pretty down year in terms of basketball as a whole. But I think it all changed because next year's Olympics, I think there will be more players representing the US, and I think they'll go with a gold medal. And you've got players like Steph Curry on the team. But anyway, guys, that's all for today's video. If you have any suggestions, make sure to drop a comment down below, and I will talk about it on the next video. Make sure to drop a like on this video as well. If you're new to the channel, please drop a subscribe on my channel, and we'll see you in the next video.